Hey, YouTube Rando here. So I was dehydrating some tomatoes the other day, and I kind of cheated a little bit. So what I did was I opened these vents all the way up, and I took this little mini hair dryer, stuck it on a hole like that, and had a little thing to prop it up back here. And then I just rotated the top of my tray, every few minutes, and I did that for about 10 minutes every hour. And they dehydrated in probably 6 hours, whereas sometimes they take about 16 hours, as thick as I had them, which they were cut about that thick in wedges. It would take me probably 20 hours to do it in a Ronco, just regular Ronco, with no blow dryer. So I decided to make some modifications to my dehydrator. Now I must say that right off the back, if you're planning on doing this, do it at your own risk. Don't do it just because I do it. Do it because you've tested it, you know it works, and you know the hair dryer's not going to melt. And I did leave it on there for about an hour one time just to see how hot this plastic got, and it never really got hot, but the plastic on the front of the hair dryer did. So I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to leave this on for more than 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, I'll kill it, let it rest, and then, rotate my trays and do it again. So what I've done is marked a circle the size of this right in the center of it. But I want this to sit down in the dehydrator about that far. So we're going to have to widen that hole until it gets where I want it. So I'm going to take it now, I'm going to drill a hole right here and get it as close to this line as possible. And then I'm going to go around it with a little saw blade and cut this little hole out. If you had a hole saw, it'd be a lot easier. But I don't have one handy, so I'm just going to use a hand saw. So I'll get this cut out and I'll come back and show you where we're at. Alright, so I have it cut out now. And what I'm doing now is I'm just taking my file and I'm going to file till all the red's out. And that should fit it right down in there. However, if it don't, we'll just keep filing until it does fit. That's what we're looking for, is for this to fit down in here. And you can see I got a little ways to go, but if I want it to go up as high on here as I want, which is, roughly about right here, and maybe even lower if we put the top back on it. If you notice, the top sits a little bit off of it, and it covers the hole. So if you ever just want to go back to a regular, Ronco dehydrator, you can. But what I was thinking is if I want to use this or not. I don't know. We're going to have to test it to see if I'm going to use this or not, but I'm probably just going to leave it off. That way it gets plenty of airflow, and I can always just use it as a regular Ronco. You can see there's not a big enough gap there to make a difference, for airflow. So we're going to get this filed out, and I'm going to try to set it up and show you what it looks like. So we'll be back. Alright, so I got the hole completely cut out. And what I did was I took a half moon file, stuck it down in there, and filed it like that all the way around to get the rough edges out. And came up with a new game plan. If you look at this, there's a little lip on there all the way around it. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. There it goes. So I did it like that, so it'll just sit on top. Then I can pull it out and put the cover on it after, because I'm not going to run it the whole time I'm running it. That's a little bit dangerous. We'll probably run it for like 10 minutes every hour, something like that. And it, believe it or not, just doing it like that drastically cut down my drying time on tomatoes. So I may, when I'm doing something like tomatoes or something that's fast anyways, I may just use it like a regular dehydrator. But if I'm doing beef jerky or garlic or something that takes a little while to dry completely out, I'll go ahead and use the blow dryer and blow some hot air down in there every now and then. So I'm going to get this thing put together and show you the overall product. Alright, so there you go, YouTube. That's how it's going to work. And now I don't have to sit here and rotate the trays with the, you know, when I was using it through these holes. You know. That's low. And then that's high. I'll probably never use it on high. I'll probably only use it on low. But it works. Like I said, I've already tested it, so I know it works. And hopefully this will cut my drying time way down, you know, make it a little easier. I may take some tin foil and plug up some of these holes. You don't want to plug up the ones on the bottom because you want that heating element down there, the center of it, to be able to stay cool. So what I might do, since this is blowing directly down, it blows down through these center holes, and it's dirty. It needs to be cleaned. I just did tomatoes the other day, though, like yesterday, so it will get cleaned. It's just a pain in the butt to clean this part because you have to actually take out this entire heating element. We did it the other day, and then I did tomatoes the very next day, so kind of dumb. I should have did the tomatoes and then cleaned it, but so we'll pull it back out. But what I'm getting at is I want to put some kind of like a foil bowl or something to make the heat come up off the sides. It'll blow down into it and then come up the sides and come up through the bottom. So that's what we're looking to do. We're just looking for a little bit of air circulation. We'll get heat from the top from the blow dryer and heat from the bottom from the heating element. So I think this thing should work a lot better like this. Should, like I said, drastically cut my drying time. In fact, I know it does. And I only did it a very short while the other day. I didn't do it for long. And like I said, it was 6 hours from probably 20 hours. So there you go. If you have a little bitty hair dryer and a cheap Ronco, you can get you a decent dehydrator out of it. Works about like a Nesco works. It's still not as good as an Excalibur because you still have to, you know, rotate your trays and whatnot. But like I said, it's going to cut it down, the drying time, quite a bit. So thanks for watching, YouTube.